good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on the time in your area when you watch this video. Tom here, everybody. What you are looking at is a much older book called The Family Circus Album, a 25th Anniversary Celebration by Bil Keane. Now, the reason why you are looking at this is sad to say, during Jeopardy last night, I found out that Bil Keane, who created the Family Circus, has passed away. And although I do not know the details of his death just yet, I thought I would show you some of my favorites. Alright, starting off with these. At the top, it shows Billy drawing, and believe it or not, people actually believed that this was drawn by an 8 or 9-year-old kid when it was actually Bil Keane pretending to be 9. And these have always been some of my favorites. I always looked forward to seeing whatever Billy drew. And he explains in this book that he had a son who had similar talents and humor. And that is really pretty fun to look at. Now let's go on to trying not to make this video drag. And it just, even though I never knew Bil Keane personally, it's always a shock whenever you hear someone has passed away. And I remember reading The Family Circus first in the newspaper, and then my mom would buy books like these for me. Here we also have another section of Family Circus comics that are my favorites, called The Gremlins. The little invisible gremlin that lives in everybody's home by the name of Not Me. And you can see in the top cartoon here, Mommy's saying, "Who ate up my whole box of candy?" All three kids say, "Not me, not me, not me." And this character, as well as on the next page, his girlfriend named, I don't know, inspired me to create my own gremlins that appeared in my webcomic, Tommy the Mischief Maker, several years later. And here's one where they're all eating at the table, and you hear the father say, "Alright, who is kicking the table?" All four kids reply, "Not me." And you can see the little Not Me gremlin kicking the table. Those were always some of my favorites. Let's see, where else? Did you read The Family Circus at all when it was in the newspaper? He also had, here's a trademark of Bil Keane. They're at the Grand Canyon, and he always had this way of drawing tracks of where the kids go, and you can follow them in a picture like this. This was always one of my favorites, the ones where we follow them and see what they do. It'd be so cool if you could put that on camera, but I mean, it'd be kind of hard, and that's why it's really cool to see it in animation. Here is another one that features a track trademark. As you see Billy go outside, retracing his steps to find his gloves. And The Family Circus was another comic I just really enjoyed. And I will say Bil Keane will be missed. And here's my most favorite comic strip of Family Circus of all. In the beginning, you hear the father say, "What a cold, dark, and dreary day, miserable, and it's raining out." And over here, you see Grandma's cooking. You see they've got a fire going, and you can see that Billy has the football game on. And this was always one of my most favorite strips because it just gives you the sense of family and what home life is like, or should be like. And this one was always one of my favorites, even as a kid. Even though I wasn't the same age of the character of the father, but I still loved that concept. Oh, let me show you this one. Here is one of my favorites where Dolly says, "Mommy, the picture's a little woozy. Does anybody remember when the TV would react like that? I do." And that's one thing I like about Bil Keane's strip, because he was able to get things in real life that kind of happened to us as well. And this is my absolute favorite of all, and I'll show you why. Sorry I'm not more steady, but it's kind of hard to hold a book and a camera at the same time. The kids are coming out of E.T. Billy says, "And I wasn't even allowed to keep a frog in my room." And then another one, the mother says, "I heard a strange noise out in the garage." And Jeffrey's thinking that it's E.T. The reason why this is my favorite is because somebody wrote in asking to have the artwork from it. And he writes back saying, "Dear Nancy, sorry, the originals have already been sold to another California reader, guy named Steven Spielberg, best wishes, Bil Keane." And I don't know about you, but the thought that Steven Spielberg went to Family Circus and he has the originals copied to these, that impresses a kid. Well, it impressed me. And, like I say, did you read the Family Circus growing up? What are some of your memories or favorite Family Circus cartoons? Please make comments down below. Thanks for listening and watching. Over and out from your good buddy Tom, everybody.